We are live. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the Cthulhu and Cairo review. I am Matt. We are here joined by Raz, the game master of Cthulhu and Cairo, the keeper,
the bad guy.
The bad guy.
I know. I just noticed that you had that on your thing.
I am the bad guy. Nice. I am the bad guy. And then we have Amanda, who is not only a very loyal listener, but also a player in the Operation Poltergeist, which kind of mirrors this game.
Yeah.
Excellent. We're talking about episodes 85 through 87. The group comes back to Kathmandu, which to a lot of people feels like, again, it's a step backwards. I still feel that way a lot. It's like, I'm like, what? Why? But yeah, I'm still grasping at exactly why they have to do it. Maybe I missed something.
Well, they want to retrieve Aveline's body and get it home.
I mean, they could send people for that, though.
Well, they could, and they also they also need to speak to the guy for Vadam's kids.
Yeah. Okay, I get that part. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean they're back and they're in some familiar surroundings at the town again of Kathmandu, and as we're listening, I've been listening to this, like I've actually been like Googling pictures of Kathmandu in that area, and man, it's a mess. It's just a mess.
You mean a modern mess?
No, well, no, even like of the time, like black and
yeah.
white stills of the time, like in the 20s and 30s, and yeah, I mean it's just like people sitting around outside on carpets. On rugs, like their pajamas, drinking tea, I'm like, and like everything's closed in. I mean, there's no street. It's a sidewalk between one sidewalk between two buildings. There's no street.
I mean, I knew, like, based on listening to it, that it was small. They mentioned like several times, like when in the off season, there's literally nothing going on, So I mean, I knew it was small. I guess I didn't realize it was that like technologically behind even for that time.
Oh yeah,
worse for that time. They've caught up the traffic for the climbers in Everest and other things that have entered in that area. Has really modernized the city quite a bit. But if you look at it now, it's far more chaotic, far more cramped, they just packed more. It's so many people packed into this little valley. Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for the airport, it would still be of another time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just smashed into modern day technology, or even modern day technology of the time, so yeah, if it wasn't for the airport, that they would still all be, herding oxen and stuff like that. And
not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's any. I mean, but that's their technology level. Is what I'm saying.
Nothing wrong with
that. That's their means of locomotion, not a car. It's like,
those are really rare. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's where they would be at technological level.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're making their moves. They're trying to figure out what's going on. What happened to Yinko. They find out really quickly. Tragedy has not only struck Yinko, but their friends, the two girls. These 3 episodes. I don't know what else to say. These 3 episodes suck. They're just hard. They're hard on the people. They're hard. I'm just gonna lay it right out, man. I mean, they're not bad. I'm just saying they're downer. they're serious down. These 4 kids, it's dramatic. It's a dramatic downer, but I'm like, oh my God, this will suck for all these people. The kids, I mean, they try to do something decent with the kids and take them to a hotel, get them cleaned up, and they get tossed out on the street. They're called unclean. And I'm like,
which I will say, like that scene, I have never seen the Brooklyn come out in Faye more than I did in that scene. I was like, Jesus.
She's about to burn this whole fucking place down. right around their ears.
Yeah.
Oh no! Again, I'm not saying it's technically sucks or anything or that it's horrible. It's sad for these
It's
people.
very sad.
Yeah, yeah, it's just which if that's what you're swinging for, yeah, you hit it right on the mark. Yeah, yeah, so yeah, right out of the park. You just take your trot around the bases. But
As you go past the fielders are like,
exactly. High five third base coach on the way around.
there'd been too much joy in Sevastopol. There'd been too many things going right. And I was like, so everyone, like you gotta have these ebbs and flows, these valleys.
Yeah.
Right in the valley.
Is this rain? No, it's misery. Misery. That's what's raining on us.
Yeah, it's not love rain on me.
No.
It's not the Who. Yeah.
The GM pissing on everyone. That's what it is.
I do feel like this last like 3 chunks of episodes have just been very heavy, like very, very dark, very heavy. You had Vodham in the cabin and all of that stuff, and now you have this, and it's just like normally when I'm listening, there's a kind of break from the heaviness. You have a lighthearted episode here or there, where they're teasing each other and stuff like that, and this feels very like it almost feels like a turning point in the storyline.
Well,
like we've gotten rid of all of that cheeriness and we're turning a corner, and it's just going to be bad from here on out.
The curtains come down, right? Yeah. Especially Vodham, big turning point for Vodham, because he basically goes into Jason Bourne mode. Right from the jump in Kevin, dude. Maybe not in ability, kinda still, but in temperament, yeah, he's like, if you're not helping me, you are in my way.
I'm gonna shut this door and then we're gonna have a talk. And I went, you try to picture the NPC, and I'm like, I just bought the place on a real price. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh man, I swear to God, I was listening to that episode, and it was like it could not be better if he just like walked up to him with like a cigar cutter and just like went ahead and clipped off a finger just for first time, just to let him know he meant business.
Right. Don't even give him time. Don't even give time to dick him over. Just be like, I'm serious.
And then start asking questions with the cigar cutter on the next finger. Clip the first one right off the bat just to say we're not fucking around.
Right.
That's the image I was getting of Vodham.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, he if you were in his way, he will kill you.
One of the things that's like right at the end of episode 85, is Vodham and Catherine going back and forth, and he's like reminding her essentially like you have forgotten apparently what I fucking do for a living. You know what I mean? Like,
did you look at my CV?
Mm-hmm.
My resume, my whole thing says smuggler killer. Like that's what I do.
Do you know who I am? Does she know who I am?
Audience, tell her who I am.
Exactly.
I would like to ask a question of the keeper if I can. I know obviously that Yinko is dead. Like they killed him, obviously. Do we find out? Like, it is what it is.
He's an NPC.
Right. I don't care about an NPC. Do we find out at some point what actually happens to him, or is he just like?
They piece it together.
I'm sorry?
They piece it together.
Okay.
They're able to piece together what happened to him.
Okay. I was just curious.
Got it. Yeah, the trek for what happened to Yinko, again, leads them to the girls, and the girls have been basically spat on by the society. They're either hiding in the house, basically the whole town has just shunned them into that house, and they're afraid to even exist. Yeah, can't
Orphans
even light
are not well taken care of sometimes.
Yeah,
especially in impoverished countries, they just can't keep up. Yeah,
just light a fire. You're on your own. There's no Medicare, there's no Social Security, there's no Child Protective Services.
Yeah, no WIC, nothing.
No, nothing. Yeah, see ya. Unless you got some generous relatives, extremely generous relatives. Yeah, you're in trouble. you know,
Well,
um,
and then no one really wanted to help him, even if they could.
mhm.
Like it's
Well,
really
yeah,
sad.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like this makes you kind of go meta into the game of realizing the destruction players leave in their wake. Like
Yeah.
they went through their events in Kathmandu, did the best they could, but they knew they had to GTFO. I
Mhm.
mean, but still, all this stuff is a direct result of actions that they did.
Yep.
If they were not there, these things would not have happened.
Oh no.
And honestly, yeah, coming back and visiting Kathmandu, I'm like,
Yeah.
now you see it. Now you see it. These people just don't go on and it's shiny, happy people because the Americans are gone. This is, here's the destruction that you guys have caused.
Yeah, it's not Fantasy Island Reset next week with Mr.
No.
With Tattoo and Mr. What's his name?
Smiles, everyone.
Mr. O'Rourke.
Smiles.
Yeah.
Mr. Rourke smiles.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you come back and 3 months later, you're like, I'm doing it again. Hey, everybody, you rebuilt that warehouse. Yeah, we did that. We're good. No,
Why
this is.
Why are they throwing stones at us? What?
The stone.
The stone. Exactly. But yeah, so they decide, they find out that there might be some clues as to what Yenko had done back at the office, I believe it was. Yeah. The upstairs office. So they try to make plans to go through and figure out what to do with that. That's pretty much what they do in all of episode 86 is try to figure out their best bet on that.
Yeah.
And take care of the girls as best they can. Make plans for the girls. I think they're going to try to send them to Kenya, to Jack's place.
Kupawazi, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of funny watching Gustav going, yeah, you might be a better person to take care of these two kids. I'm like, really? Really? Really?
I'm imagining Amanda going, they're girls.
Yeah.
But he takes to them really quickly.
Yeah.
There's something, and it gives Jack a whole nother dimension. I hadn't planned that. I didn't know what they were going to do. I thought Faye in New York, I thought Faye was going to say, okay, well, my house is empty. I'll get a governess. I'll get these girls set
Get them a
up.
nanny. Yeah.
Right. I'll lean on the Cobalt Club. I'll find out if somebody would be willing to take them in temporarily or put them in.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Right. There's all these methods, and then I hear, "You'll have come and live with me, girls. You'll find out exactly what." I'm like, "Whoa, okay." Jack's showing the softer side. Make him pay.
Yeah. Show them how to shoot gazelles and shit.
Yeah. Aim right at the face, my dear. Right at the face.
But yeah. So they make the plans for that because I think they never really say it, but they're feeling it. This is because of us.
Yeah.
And then the whole avoiding that room, definitely avoiding that wall that probably still has blood spatter or stains. Definitely some luminol is going to bring that up, but but yeah.
Black light.
But yeah, it's not a happy memory for any of them at all in that. What were your thoughts going into this, Amanda? I mean, in A6 when they're planning what to do.
I don't know that I necessarily had any. It was a pretty easy episode to listen to.
It was.
It's it's hard to. If it's a staging episode, so it's hard to really have a lot of thought on it. It's just kind of
exactly
kind of is what it is. What it is.
Exactly. Exactly.
I have a whole lot on that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's what it was. It was really kind of it was a stage episode. It was kind of getting everybody organized.
Yeah. I mean, how were the players involved in this with you? I mean, this seemed pretty straightforward. I mean,
it was until we got they got in the building. Everything
in
everything
87.
Yeah. And that was actually, I was called I think, more names for that than the beating the cemetery. I was called more names for that than Catherine with the skin suit. I was called, and I don't understand why. I'm like,
It was the dogs, I think. I think it was the dogs.
Well, it started off with the dogs,
Yeah.
right? Like, what do we do with the dogs? And like, we can drug them. She's not a vet. She doesn't know.
Exactly. She hits this bad roll, and I went, ooh, okay.
Yeah. There's a reason why a vet is considered a better doctor than a doctor.
I mean, in all fairness, it wasn't a bad role. She did get a success.
Yeah.
It just wasn't a hard success.
It wasn't a human.
Right.
She needed a hard success at a dog.
I completely agreed with your ruling on that. Like, if she fails it, they're not going to go out. If she makes a success, but it's just a regular success, it's going to knock him out. But that, she didn't get the dosage right. Or, I agree with the tiers.
Perfect example.
Decision.
Yeah. Perfect example of how that works well in 7th edition Call of Cthulhu. Yeah. I mean, even a success is not a success. When the GM says you need a hard, you need a hard.
Mm-hmm.
And
I try not to do that often, but I thought in this one it was, I mean, how do you even know the right weight? She looked down, ooh, dogs. Let me juice that up.
They look about 40 pounds.
Go ahead, you do that.
Yeah. It's the last time I drugged a child,
I was going to ask you, Matt, how you feel about watching that player poison yet another thing and killing it.
At least it wasn't me this time. At least she didn't send out like a water bowl or something like that, right? There you go. You want a drink? Oh my God.
That's all I could think when I was listening to that. I was like, I bet Matt is just throwing a fit.
I mean, can we all just agree that's the go-to? I mean, even they were like, that's the go-to. Like, dogs, what do we do? Dog? Get Lauren. We're gonna get Lauren. We'll get Lauren to drug them. Yeah, not so much Catherine's character. We'll get Lauren to drug them.
In Italian, Lucretia is Lauren, by the way. I'm not saying that for anything. If anybody knows, Lucretia Borgia, that's
yeah. Just no big thing. It's her move. Yeah, it's her move. That was drink. Was that hemlock? I don't. It's a little minty. No.
A little minty.
But.
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, they did that. And we got Lauren felt bad about poisoning the dog, drugging the dog. Yeah. Not so much this other person to make them compliant.
So in the re-listen of this one, is the dog dead?
Well, you do go back and say that you're not going to.
The dog is breathing shallow. Yeah.
They're just really like they were mentally affected by the overdosing, but that you wouldn't kill them.
My scroll on Roll20 just ripping. And I'm looking at it going, am I going to lose this entire game because of this dog tonight? And I'm telling you, and I'm getting it from Joel. I'm getting it from Scott. Everybody is just, what in the fuck? This is a dog. I'm like, you guys have murdered like almost as many people as Uncharted. Like, you've killed more people than Nathan Drake along the way. Catherine is with a shotgun. She's a killer. I'm like, and you're worried about a guard dog? Yes.
Oh no, yeah. It's the weird, the non-human things is what brings the human out of you. Perfect example today. We ran the culmination of Two-Headed Serpent, the end of Two-Headed Serpent today with my group, and one of the group, a member of the group was able to get a hold of a globe from an elder thing, like a dying elder thing, and this globe controlled a Shoggoth. That the elder thing was mentally controlling to attack this city. This Shoggoth that's the size of like I described to him a Walmart parking lot.
Oh,
it's huge. It's just mowing down like this entire swamp, like going towards this.
Yeah, Gojira.
Exactly, some kaiju stuff, but it's a blob. Yeah, exactly. So when they get a hold of the globe, like they can mentally communicate with the Shoggoth. They realize, I can make it stop. I can make it go here. I can make it go there. If multiple people touch it, like it splits. Like if 3 people touch it, the thing splits into 3. And each of them can control it because it's a blob, And I keep telling them, I was like, every time you touch the globe, you keep hearing this piping noise, like hundreds of penny whistles, real tinny, high-pitched penny whistles. That's what Shagas do. It's how to communicate. It's the little horns that erupt from its skin. And and one of the, because again, it's a Pub Cthulhu game, one of the characters has like a linguist talent, and he's like, "Can I do that to kind of determine what it's saying with the trumpets?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can." So he makes his roll, and he's like, "So what's it saying?" So I'm like, "Oh God, please stop! I'll keep doing what you're saying, but don't make. Please stop the pain! Oh my God, I'm dying! Oh God, no, stop! And then they're like, "We're torturing it." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no. The whole thing, it's just nonstop scream of I will keep doing what you're saying, but stop hurting me. It's like a nonstop scream. and one
again,
of one of the group is like, and the other's like, yeah, we need it though.
Well, I think it comes down to animals. We view animals as the ultimate innocent. We feel like humans are making
dogs.
Yeah, humans are making a choice to be evil. It's much easier to kill them. They're making a choice to do, this or this or this. Animals only do what they're trained to do. They don't have there's not a lot of choice in that, higher thought that goes into that decision. So it's harder for. I have the same issue. Like, I can watch a movie and I cannot watch movies where animals are killed. Like, it is a trigger for me. I can't stand it. So that would be difficult for me to.
That's cool.
To hear.
Yeah. That's fair. I get it. Yeah.
Bad guy. I was like, let the dog die. Yeah, that was me. I was like, okay, dog's dead.
Yeah.
But
it is important though. Like, as difficult as it would be for me, it is also very important for the character to recognize. They have a lot of. They don't see. We talked about earlier. They don't see a lot of the consequences of their actions. Right. So like, that is a direct result of you making this choice to do that. So accepting responsibility is a difficult thing to do also.
Yeah.
Next day, the little 5-year-old kid's crying, burying his dog, Stupid Americans. Kill my dog.
You're not nice, lady. Sorry.
Shake a fist at him. Why do people keep throwing shit at me? I don't know. But so yeah, they get egress into the place, and then they find like the little cubbyhole, which again, I'm they find the cubbyhole, but I'm like, you gotta leave it up to the NPCs being stupid. Like, why would they not find the cubbyhole? They trashed the place. Yeah.
They rolled like incredible too. I feel like that whole, other than the dog, I feel like that whole thing, they rolled like crazy good.
Yeah, they did.
But I mean, I guess the floorboard thing is such a cliche now that you're like, man, that's been the first place I did things like stomped on the floor for loose floorboards. But yeah, it's like, of course they didn't find it because they're the NPCs. They're stupid. But
Do you know how many smart NPCs I've thrown out and got shit for? So we had a stupid one.
Doesn't have to be
brilliant. Was it
not
Hector
all of them
Reed
are good.
that you threw at us?
Wow. Hector. Wow. Wow.
How much does this man have to? You know what?
No, he redeemed himself for me.
And then got arrested and taken away in a black bag.
Probably how he got redeemed. But anyway. Pretty much. Got black bagged. They put a bag on him. Oh my God.
Got dragged away.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
No.
And what do they get to do? They get to go on leave for 30 days. We don't need them around in case this gets complicated. Send them home, bag him.
Give him the sack. Exactly. Oh my God. So yeah, they come across the hidey hole with all the different papers and stuff that he has. And he has one written in code that they have the girls decipher about where Aveline may be, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's what the code was, Yeah. So there they are, trying to dig up Aveline to take them back out. I mean, that's the whole reason they're here, right? They came all this way, with the Gustavs to get Aveline home, and then Aveline's not there.
That was some bullshit. I was like, really? Really? You're going to end this episode here? And like, I know that you guys tell me, just go ahead and listen ahead. Go ahead and listen ahead. I don't want to. I'm going to listen. I haven't listened to Bridget's episode yet, but that's on my list to do before Origin. So I'll be caught up, so to speak. But I was just like, motherfuck, are you serious? I'm going to have to wait to hear until tonight.
And they found the helmet, and then
the helmet, and then the note from S. Could it be Sid? Could it be?
I think it's Schooly.
Yeah. You'll find out really quickly, but yeah.
Well, I mean, Operation Poltergeist is out at this point, so I mean, that Sid is with that team. It just doesn't make sense for it to be.
How long ago was she moved?
I mean, I don't know, Raz. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, for me, it seems more logical for it to be Schooly.
Yeah. Same. Just flip it over and write Cavendish is a douche on the other side, so that Amanda can hold that up during the live stream. But Jack's
that would be funny.
Jack's still a douche.
That was the one that everything culminated to that moment, and then that episode was short the way they because they
30 minutes,
35, 34 minutes, and normally we run right over 48 to 65,
around an hour,
right around an hour, but I was like, I'm not. It was actually a stopover recording night. I was like, no, you're gonna have to wait a week. I don't want to talk about this, and I just and they were just, oh my god, it was so much fun.
But they were rabid. I'm sure they were rabid.
Just
Absolutely.
tell us where she is.
Because they were not letting you go. Like they were asking, is it man's writing? I mean, they were not letting that shit stop. They were like, so yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's basically where we left off or stopped. It's not Aveline's body; it's actually the body of a German. Like they laid, like I must have had to dispose of this German. I'll just drop him here. It's convenient. The hole's already dug. I had to get Aveline out of here. Why they had to get Aveline out? I mean, it's her body, right? It's her remains, right? What?
You already know the answers.
Yeah. So,
if you think back to the Faye situations and things like that, you can draw the conclusion, oh my God, were they thinking of trying to do something with Aveline's body to bring her back?
Mm-hmm.
And who took her and hit her? Because I don't remember if it was a typed message or not, but somebody said, do we recognize the German from the when Aveline got shot at the original time or on the mountain? I said, no, this is a totally different. No. And they're like,
yeah.
So
exactly.
did Mueller send men to go get her? Sounds like it. And then someone had to intervene. So yeah, but all that will become much clearer as we go forward and what happened with her and where she got. Yeah. Where she got to.
So in these last few minutes, we're going to skip ahead. I know Raz wanted to talk about one of the episodes that's just been released.
Yeah.
The episode where our illustrious Chaosium ambassador Bridget was able to guest star in.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that one, my man.
So that's episode, I believe it's out now, 136. 135. I'm sorry, 135. And I got to tell you, folks, we've been getting a lot of private messages and a bunch of feedback. Supposedly, Bridget has a pretty healthy appetite as far as using expletives, but she cussed me out twice. I think on mic once, but twice afterwards about the trauma, but the role playing of the characters. Even if you haven't been there the whole time or you don't know exactly where, it's not going to be a full recap of each event and kind of like mull you through it. People that have been listening to the show the whole time are like, wow, it was so amazing just to hear these guys let loose on someone else and talk about the feelings they had through all this. And she played Dr. Kamalo, and it was really well done. And Bridget, I didn't know how to do training in that, but if you get a chance, watch that one. or listen to that one rather. It is amazing to see these voice actors come to their full character like they just dove in. And they did it such a deep dive that, you know, it's definitely worth your time. Even if you're not a fan of it, you don't want to go back to the other 134 episodes, just listen to this and then say to yourself, okay, I need to see how they got here. Like it's really that impressive. And it's doing very well already. So we really want to thank her again. And Matt for putting us in touch with Bridget and helping us out. So yeah, great episode, guys. It was really nice.
I mean, awesome. Bridget, I cannot say enough good things about Bridget. That person is the hardest working person in the industry right now, bar none. Just she and everything. She's got the Midas touch, man. Nothing. It goes bad with her. She has an immense rabid following. I love everything she does, and people love her. I mean, they cannot get enough of her. I mean, she made Chaos MCon for so many people, and I know so many people are coming back and bringing friends because of her. As a matter of fact, as I looked at the schedule for Origins coming up, her seminar with you is the only seminar that sold out, and I know it's because of her fans. It's her fan base. She has extremely huge fan base.
She does, and well deserved.
Exactly. She works her butt off, you know, making sure that people are taken care of, and you know, even just treated decently. So many people aren't, you know, and are just interested in trying to in their own agenda. Bridget is really a person who's like, how can I help you? That's her goal.
At the end of the day, these are businesses.
Yeah.
But yet the fact that they were savvy enough to bring somebody like that on as an ambassador to say, as an just with the social media tagging and what she does, absolutely brilliant. But she's genuine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not getting lip service from like a Wizards. You're not getting people who may get back to you 5-10 days later. If I send Bridget a text or a message, Bridget's back to me and it's like 5 minutes stop.
Usually same day. Yeah. Usually same day.
Very, very, very active and very much aware. Like she wants to be a part of all that. So my hat's off to her. She has a lot of energy. She's an energizer buddy.
Exactly.
And, you know, God bless her. She's really she's very, very talented.
Yeah, she is everywhere all at once. She really is. She can do it all. So yeah, her play in that episode was amazing.
Oh, good.
And she I mean, I listened to it backwards and forwards, and that's just her. I mean, she can just slide right into a role and just hand in glove, make you believe it. Just does such a great job at doing it. Definitely a breadth of knowledge on various subjects to be able to, at least tap into some aspect of that character. Very, very, very well done.
And think how hard that must be to sit down in a chair, right? In this case, an alliteration of it, but in the chair of someone doing this for 3 years with the team, and to sit down and to get, first of all, them accepting her lead and the way she was doing it, which we have somewhat similar styles in some things. And then, but yet for her to be able to step in and take just a couple of, I gave her bullets that were no more than 7-8 words at a time. I mean, maybe 10 of them. Just try to touch these things. I didn't want to control it. And I'm sitting back listening to it. And when Ella just dumps about being trapped and all the crap that she went through, and she needs the light, and she's by the window and she can't get the curtains open, and she's like, I need light. And you're going, oh, wow. And then you hear, yeah, Raz, you're an asshole. You put a lot of trauma on these people. You're an asshole. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. But that's what it is. So, yeah, I thought everybody was just 100% just chugging along. Really well done. Very proud of you.
Exactly. I mean, it's often said that, or at least by me anyway, that Call of Cthulhu is a keeper's game. It really is, because the keeper has a massive amount of control in what happens in this game, more so than I think most other RPGs, definitely more than 5e, with their challenge rating and stuff like that. If you go by the book, the players are going to trounce you every time. Not that it's a contest, between the GM and the players, but they're just going to walk through things, where the keeper in like a game like Call of Cthulhu can just rain misery on these people, and weave a story with the players.
Yeah.
That that is super full and super fulfilling. With the abilities that they have at hand. The I mean, we're dealing with. Yeah, it's like those old sayings they have in the 30s movies, dealing with things man not meant to know,
Yep.
kind of stuff, and stuff that no, you don't have a chance. You go head to head on these, you're not going to win.
Right.
It's not like a group of adventurers going into a dungeon going, we're going to take this dragon because we got magic, we got armor, we got all this stuff, blah 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 blah. We can take it. The
Yep.
numbers say we can take it. You go take on most of these mythos creatures, toe to toe. They're going to be laughing at you as you're shooting them, and then
Yeah.
rip you to shreds.
True.
So yeah, but Shoggoth, yeah, is again one of my favorite ones. It's like, why is it not going down? I said, because you're assuming it can be harmed by a shot. It's just this creature does not work on your plane of existence. So you're assuming this thing bleeds, suffers trauma.
Like it's about to do for you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But stay tuned. Action is coming. There's
Exactly.
a lot of action coming.
A lot of action coming.
Oh, I mean action, like dice rolling type. Oh, crazy action. Yeah, not just me. Just buckle them. Yeah,
A lot of screaming. This may be, I don't know. I've looked at the calendar. This may be our last review before the show, the big show at Origins. I have to look at the schedule. We'll see if we can squeeze another one in.
Yeah, we would be on.
It would be a Father's Day.
This would be Father's Day.
That'd be kind of hard. So this may be the last one we do. So this is our shout out to people. If you have not gotten a ticket to the game at Origins, we telling you, man, you're going to miss the event at the con. We got a super all the cast is coming down special to run this. Along with Seth Skorkowski. To be playing in there along with them. It's going to be live streamed there, but in front of an audience as well. You will be the audience. There's going to be some prizes we handed out. I've dipped into my treasure trove of stuff and some stuff that Chaosium has sent me as well to hand out to some people in the audience. So
we have stuff too. Yep.
Yeah, so there's going to be some Cthulhu and Cairo merchandise as well. So yeah, you're going to have a huge and fun amount of time. It's going to be an amazing show. I have no doubt with the talent that's going to be in it. I can't wait to see what Raz shakes down for them. what kind of particular hell you're going to place for them in that episode?
Just my Australian accent.
Well,
that's bad enough.
That would be pretty bad. It'd be pretty bad. But yeah, anything? That was painful. That was.
You have no idea.
That was painful.
One of our listeners, I'm going to say shout out to him, Robert Heather. I am so sorry. He's been so tolerant. But I keep getting, we didn't really talk like that in the 30s. I'm like, I get it. It happened as it evolved. You're kind of more English at that point still, a little bit more, but it's still broken. But there are times he's like, you're nailing the locations. But good God, that accent. Sorry.
We didn't talk like that back then. We talk like Brits. But well, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, because you're just out of the prison system. And Robert, I mean that in the nicest way possible. It really was.
I mean, it was an island. It was a continent of prisoners. I mean, it's really what it was. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're looking forward to having the show at Origins, having everybody with us at Origins. Raz will be there. Amanda, you'll be there with your husband, I believe. We're looking forward to having a big time. Melinda will be joining him back with us after she has finished her recuperation. So yeah, anybody else have anything else to say before we sign off?
No, good.
If I could just add that it stuck in my head. I laughed for a solid 5 minutes when you called Catherine Cross. I laughed super hard. It's very funny. It's the first, that's like at the beginning of episode 85, and it made me laugh and laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. Absolutely. Yeah, just the jabs between these two are amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Father and daughter. What are you gonna do? Yeah.
Like an episode of Daredevil. One shot, one take, all the way down the hall.
Oh, the hallway. That's all you gotta say is the hallway. Everybody
hallway.
knows immediately what you're talking about. just like the graveyard. That's all you gotta say. The graveyard. All right, guys. We'll let you all go. Thank you guys so much.
Good night,
for
everybody.
listening
Thank
to
you
us.
very much for watching.